Good morning everybody. Welcome back for a new block of training in the next 6 weeks. This morning's session is the strength session, so a little slower, a little more controlled than the work we do on a Friday and a Sunday. What we're going to focus on this week is very much about control, very much a hip and core and back focus. A kind of common theme what we've been doing on the Wednesdays for a while really, just working on building that core strength, building those postural muscles, helping on in aspects of strength that will help you when you're spending time hunched over a laptop with work and things like that, and try and reduce any aches, pains, niggles, all sorts of stuff that we might be feeling as we're sitting on our sofa doing our work as opposed to sitting at a desk. So what we're going to do today, the workout is split into 3 blocks. The first block is very much about legs and specifically about lunge and lunge variations. The aim of this one is to really build strength and stability and range of movement through the hips specifically. So what we're going to do, we're going to work with 4 exercises. Well, that's actually 2 exercises, one leg at a time. So there's 4 moves there essentially, and we're going to go through those moves in a little circuit 3 times. Then we'll have a rest, and then we'll move on to the next element, which is the back, and I'll explain those exercises before we go into them. Then we'll have a rest after that little mini circuit, and then we'll do some work on the front of the body and rotational strength through the core as well. I'll explain those exercises and then we'll go into that. So that will be again 4 exercises times 3 without rest before finishing. Okay, so the first block of exercises, as I said, all about the lunge. So the first exercise is a swing lunge. So you're starting, usually when you lunge you just sort of go there, forward and back, or if you're doing a reverse lunge, you go there and back. What we're going to do with a swing lunge is you go from a reverse lunge into a forward lunge and back. So it's a bigger range of movement. The hip is going through a nice big range of movement here. So what I want you to do, stand up nice and tall, in a kneeling position, in a lunge position, and you come up, you come forward, and you plant the foot in front of you like that. Then you push through the heel, you come up, and you bring it back. Now, that can be quite tricky with balance. As I said, it's a big range of movement, so if you're getting used to it, just start with a little tap down to steady yourself and take yourself forward. Tap down to steady yourself, take yourself forward. You'll notice I'm standing next to the wall. If you do find you need a chair or something to steady yourself, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so that's the move. Nice and smooth, nice and easy. Try and keep your body as upright as possible when you're doing that. Okay, so we're going to do 45 seconds with the right leg, and I'm going to turn around, face the other side, and then we're going to do 45 seconds straight into it on the other leg, like that. Now, next move we're going to do is working the hip through lateral or side to side movement. Okay, so starting to sound like that character in South Park. What we do with that is we take a big step to the side and go into a Cossack lunge. And this is where there are sort of parallels with the swing lunge. You take a big step up, and this time you take it into a curtsey lunge. So it's a big lateral range of movement from a Cossack to a curtsey. Cossack to curtsey, like that. And again, 45 seconds on that side. Then we're going to switch legs and go from Cossack to curtsey, Cossack to curtsey. Okay, and that is the circuit. Now with the curtsey lunge, just be mindful of what's happening through the knee. You don't want to twist the knee, you don't want too much rotation going through the knee. So you want to make sure that the hip is in control there. There's going to be a little bit of lateral movement. You want to make sure that the hip's in control. If you find you're not entirely comfortable with it, just reduce the range of movement and bring it there. Make it a little bit more shallow, so you're always in control of your movement. You're always in charge, so there's no sort of risk of going too far. Okay, so what we're going to do, as I said, swing lunge left 45, swing lunge right 45, Cossack left 45, Cossack right 45. Repeat that 3 times. We'll have a rest, and then we'll move on to the next session, the next block. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up my timer, and we'll get started. Starting with the swing lunge. When you're ready, guys, on your marks, get set and go. Up and through. Bring it back Nice and smooth. So this is some very high intensity stuff today. This is more smooth, controlled work, postural work, keeping yourself up nice and tall, focusing on balance. Again, these are moves that will serve you well if you like to run. Postural work, control through the hip. Take your time with it. See, as the set goes on, you will start to feel it a little bit. So if you do need to just tap it down, that's absolutely fine. Change legs, everybody. Same thing, other side. Up and through. What you'll notice, and how I am, is that I've got a slightly wonky side and a slightly stable side. So work on that weaker side. Focus on your balance. Keep yourself under control. That's it. Lots of control here. Great work, everyone. Keep that focus. If you need to steady yourself on the back of a chair, by all means, do so. Whoops. And up you go. Okay, Cossack and Curtsey next. Down, curtsey, down, curtsey lunge. Keep going. So it starts gentle, but by the time you get to the third round of this, you will be feeling this in your hips. Sit those hips down. Nice and easy, nice and steady. Okay, we're going to swap sides in 5 seconds. Change it over, Cossack to the other side, curtsey to the other side. Cossack, curtsey. Find your balance. Be in control of the body as it moves through space. So this translates quite nicely and builds your control. So when we do the faster moves like a speed skater, for example, on a Friday or a Sunday, this will really help build your strength in that respect. Okay, back to the swing lunge, round 2. So you really sort of key in to how much you have to pull your belly button in. Control that midsection. Controlling your posture makes everything else so much easier. Pull that belly button in, be nice and tall. Again, like I said, if you do need to steady, by all means steady. Just practice doing this really nicely. Swap legs. Over on the other side. Pushing down through the heel as you come up. Keep going. Whoops. What you'll notice as well is what you have to do to hit that nice tall position in the middle of the movement. What you have to do to balance. And where you put your foot. It's quite important. Okay, let's move to Cossacks. Big step to the side. And curtsey. Big step to the side. Curtsey it down. Nice and smooth. Imagine you've got a tiny stool behind you and you're sitting down on it. Again, this kind of one-sided work is one that will highlight any imbalances you might have. as you work in. So this workout today especially is very much about the small muscles, the unsung heroes. Swap it over. The muscles that keep everything running and moving well, whilst the superstars, the big muscles, the quads, the glutes, the pecs, the shoulders, the lats, all that sort of stuff, get all the credit. You've got to think about these small muscles. They provide a very important role in making sure that everything else works well. So just take your time. Feel it in the hip there, and then feel it on the adductors there. Okay, back to the swing lunge now. Last round of these exercises, take it through. Last round, so nice and smooth. Really focus on the technique as you move. Smoothly does it now. Keep it going. Change legs. Same thing on the other side. Starting from the floor, lovely straight lines through the body. Try and get a lovely straight line from the knee to the hip to the shoulder whenever you hit the bottom of the lunge. Push down through the heel when you lunge as well. You don't want to be feeling anything through the knee if you can help it. And that's all to do with the connection between your midsection, your core muscles, and what's going on with the hip. Strictly speaking, the core goes from just underneath the chest to just below the hips. That's it. Next thing we're going to do, side to side now. So Cossack into curtsey. So all those muscles from here to here all work together. Really important postural moves. Connect those muscles together and just allow you to move better. Move more freely. You may tomorrow feel a little stiffness possibly, because you're just using muscles perhaps that you haven't used in a while. And change over, Cossack on this side. Sit the hip down. Take your time with it. Nice bit of mobility work here. Doing really well, guys. Sit into the hip. You should feel it in the hip, certainly not in the knee. And we're done. Well done, everyone. So that's the end of that block. Nice and simple, nice and smooth. Nothing too intense today. It's all about control. It's all about strength. Okay, on to the next move now. So, or the next block of moves rather. What we're going to be working on for the next block is exercises that focus on the back. Upper back, middle back, lower back. All those moves, and then a little bit down into the glutes as well, and how those muscles connect together. Okay, so the first exercise is a scapular row. So you can start this, ideally you want to start this on the floor, in this position here. I've done this before, but just refresh your memory in this position, and you're going to drive the elbows into the floor and push the body up. So it's not a sit-up, this. It's you're using the muscles, the back of the body, to push the body up. Of course, you use your core a little bit, but don't drive the movement with that. It's all about what's happening with the back. Really push and bring it down. And we're going to do that for for 45 seconds. Now, if that's challenging for you and you find that a little tough, you can bring it up and put it on the wall. So you can't really see me from the side here, but just to give you an idea of what I mean. In this position, stand in a sort of reverse plank and then push your elbows into the wall and bring back. So it's a very small movement, but one that's really important in strengthening these muscles, opening up the chest, helping counteract that kind of mobile form posture that we all seem to have developed over the last few years. So really think about squeezing those shoulder blades together, squeezing, drawing the elbows back, and feeling that engagement through the middle of the upper back. Okay, second exercise is what they call a two-way scapular press. So again, working on what's happening with these small muscles here in the shoulders. So we start by lowering the chest down a little bit. So it's almost like a shrug as you draw the shoulders back. Then I want you to push. So it's not a push up, you're just pushing away with a straight arm until the back rounds off. And then from that position, I want you to take that engagement and push it up there and really push away with the hands. Then bring it back, bring the chest down. So really think about turning the elbows in and feeling these smaller muscles, again focusing on the unsung heroes, on the small muscles, the deep lying muscles, not the big ones, but the ones that keep everything working. Little shrug, up, and push away, push away, push away. Okay, we're going to do that for 45 seconds. Then, a little bit more simple, we're going to get down on the floor, and we're going to do face down leg raises. So in this position here, all I want you to think about is just bringing the knees and thighs off the ground and engaging the glutes and a little bit of the lower back there as well. Nice and simple. Again, there's no speed to this, it's a small movement. Feel the squeeze at the top of the movement, okay? And then the final exercise, in this position here, imagine you've got a bar or a towel between your hands, and all I want you to do is pull this down, pull it down, pull it down, pull it down, draw the elbows back, squeeze, create the tension in the body. It's good with a towel, but you can do it without the towel. Draw the shoulders back, squeeze, and bring it back like that. So what you're activating your big lat muscles here, you're activating the muscles in the middle of the back as well. Okay? So, when you're ready, we're going to do those 4 exercises 3 times in a little circuit, 45 seconds per exercise, and then we'll move on to the next one. So, in position, on the floor, starting with the scapular rows, or on the wall if you prefer. When you're ready, off you go. And just push it up. And bring it down. Push it up. Bring it down again. This will feel quite gentle to start. It's a small movement. But it's about recruiting not just the big prime movers, but all the muscles in the upper back to make the upper back much stronger. Keep going. Keep going. Push. And swap it around. Two-way scapular press now. So in this position, take the chest down and then push away with a straight arm, engage everything, squeeze everything, and then take the hips up, push the hands away. And then bring it back to a push-up position. Allow the chest to come down through straight arms, push away, engage, turn the elbows in, and push up. That's it, keep moving through this. Take it down, push it up, and push away. Try and keep the back straight. I've just noticed mine's all over the shop. And then bring it down. Time for one more. And push up, down onto the floor. And just leg raises now. Nice and smooth. Take your time. Point your toes, keep your legs as straight as you can. This isn't fast. This is smooth, controlled movement. nice and smooth. These are the muscles that don't get a lot of attention, a lot of love. Good job. And then from here, grab an imaginary bar and just pull it down. But really squeeze, draw the elbows back, squeeze. Keep the engagement on all the way through the movement. So you're drawing your shoulders off the floor, pushing the chest proud through the floor, and draw it back. Really get that squeeze on, bring it back. Draw it back. Create the tension within the body to create the resistance. That's it. And draw it back again. Squeeze and push it forward. One more. That's really good. Flip it over. Scapular rows are next. Push the elbows into the floor. So this second round, things will start to kick in a little bit. Keep the head level. Try not to look down on your knees like I was. Keep the shoulders down. Try not to shrug. Nice and smooth. Nice and steady. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Smoothly down. Good job. Keep going. Great stuff. Let's turn it around. Two-way scapular press. Take the chest down. Push away. And push away even further. And bring it back. Take the chest down. Push away. Straighten the back. Push away even further. Really extend at the top of that down dog position. Push away. Pull that core in tight. Keep the hips high. Push all the way. Extend, extend, extend. Bring it back down. Down onto the floor. Leg raises next. Nice and smooth. Keep working. Keep moving. Again, this is a little movement. But as you get better at it, you start to develop that mobility through hip extension. And you can take it a little further. Learn to recruit the glutes. And that will help with your running. Okay, pull downs next. So grab the imaginary bar, engage and pull. Create that tension through the back of the body. Engage, squeeze everything down, pull the shoulders down, and then pull the bar down. Take it back. Reach, engage and pull. That's good. Take it back. Smoothly does it. There's no speed in this. You're creating the resistance. You're creating the tension. Draw back those elbows. Squeeze them at the top of the movement. Bring them back. And one more. Squeeze it. Shoulders back. Good stuff. Flip it over. Final round. Scapular rows one more time. Push it up. Bring it down. Push it up. Be as vertical as you can. Vertical, rather, as straight as you can from the hips. Try not to curl the torso. Push the chest through. Bring it down. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out as you come up. Push the chest through. That's it. Keep it going. Down you come. One more. Good job. Flip it over. Two-way scapular rows next. In that position. Down. Push the arms away. And push the hips away. Come back. Chest through the shoulders. down, push, 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 engage, squeeze, and move. Bring it back. Take the trunk through the shoulders. Squeeze. Squeeze your core, make sure the back's flat. That's it. And then down to the floor. Leg raises from the hip. Nice and smooth and easy. Good job. Keep it going. Not long left on this now. Really get those glutes working. Good job, and then pull down. Engage. Draw the shoulders back and push them forward. Squeeze, draw the shoulders back and push them forward. Squeeze, draw the shoulders back. Keep it smooth, lots of control. Keep the engagement in, even when you bring the arms up. Push them away. Tight, 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 strong at the top. Strong, full Superman at the top. And rest. Good job. Good job. So that's the second block done. Now we're going to move on to the third element again. A third block of 4 exercises done 3 times. So first thing we're going to do is a hand release T push-up. So start in this position. Now do the version of the push-up that works best for you, whether that's on your knees, elevated or full from the feet. I'll demo all 3. So what I want you to do is slowly take the chest to the floor. Take the hands off the floor, draw the elbows back, push it up, rotate into that position there. Down, release the hands. Up, rotate, onto the other side. Okay, that's the move. You can do that on your knees as well, just as effectively. So from there, make sure you've got a lovely straight line, squeeze your glutes. Down, release, up, and there. Or you can go down, release, up, and then onto the hands. There's a little bit more transitions, a little bit faffier, but still works quite nicely. Alternatively, again, if you do find push-ups tricky even on your knees, you can elevate that, find a raised surface, whether it's a chair, sofa. You can do it from the toes. The release is a little trickier from there, but like that, or even from the knees with an elevated position. There, so there, release, up, and return that way. Okay, so there's a few options for you there. That's the first exercise. Then the second exercise, actually I'll keep that out so I can demo the next one. The second exercise is a plank hip raise. So the base version is here, and all you're going to do is take it down, up, down, up. You can do that on your knees. So there, down, up, down, up. Make sure you've got a line, you're pushing your hips forward. That's the really critical part of that. So we're going to do 45 seconds left, 45 seconds right on that. You can elevate the surface here if you prefer doing that, just to make it a little bit easier. Take it down and up like that. 45 left, 45 right. And then the final exercise is a plank Superman. We've got a couple of options on this. I want you to choose the one that works best for you. Top option, which I'm going to try and persevere with for as long as I can, even though I'm not very good at it, is that. A little bit of balance, lots of core control here. And that. Okay, you can take it down onto your elbows if you prefer. That's a little easier because you've got less joints to have to deal with. Or alternatively, again, you could do just the basic bird dog if you find a plank variation tricky. There are elevated alternatives, of course. You can go here and you can do it like that. Because of the reduced surface level of contact control you've got on the ground, it's a little tricky on hands and toes, but really have a crack at it, see how you get on, and then try and find the version that works best for you. So, those are the 4 exercises, 45 seconds on each, 3 times round, and then that'll be the end of the workout. So, let's start with the push-up. When you're ready, into position, off we go. Hand release, take it down to the floor, release the hands, come up into the T, down to the floor, release the hands, up into the T. Try and think about your posture as you hit in that T position, down, release, up into the T. That's it, down, release, up. Keep it going, keep the line when you hit that side plank position. Down, hand release, and up. Nearly there, and down, and then into side plank hip raise. So like I said, you can do this on your toes, or your knees, or elevate the upper body. So again, a small move this without any speed. It's all about the control. If you want, you can put your hand up there, makes it a little easier, or you can tip your hand over. I quite like to put my hand here so I can feel everything working. What you find, if you bring it over, it helps you counterbalance a little bit and just makes it a little easier as well. Same on the other side, just swap it over. Again, hit your line first before you move, make sure the glutes are in play, and then just bring the hips up and down. Smooth, steady movement. Good stuff. Moving into the plank Superman next. Okay, into position, whether it's bird dog, plank or elbows, hands or elbows. Whoa. And return. So you've really got to work to maintain your balance on this. Try and maintain as flat a body position as possible. Pull that belly button in. Take your time with it. The more you do, the more you kind of wire up the body for the movement. Don't reach up, reach forward and back. Heels going back, toes going forward. That's what we want to hit with this. And you certainly don't want momentum, because momentum will throw you off balance. Okay, brilliant stuff. Back into the hand release push-up now. Down, release, and up. We go, hit that line. And down, control, release, and up. Hit that line. Down, control, release, and up you get. Hit your line, lovely job. Down, nice and smooth. Control, control, control. And up you get. Hit that line. Great job. Switch it over onto that side plank now. So again, working with the plank variation that suits you best. Whether you're elevated or you're on your knees. So it starts to kick in a little bit, I think. This is quite a small, contained move, this. So take your time. Again, if you find the full 45 A bit tough to keep it all up there for. Have a little break, change your position, and come back to it. Change it over. Same on the other side. Push the hips through. Make sure you're nicely lined up. Feel that squeeze. You can put it up there if you want as well. Helps with lining things up. The only problem with putting your arm across like this, like I like to do, is it kind of rolls you forward a little bit. So try and be as lined up as possible first. Not long. Moving into that plank Superman next. Okay, over onto your front. This is round 2, coming to an end. Into that position. Wide feet help on this. Pull the core in. Check in with your body position every time you take a corner away. You're going to push down with the leg that's on the floor to counterbalance and counteract what's happening with the opposite sides of the body. And squeeze the hands and toes together, the ones that are on the floor. Good stuff. Back into the push-up and the last round. Off you go, guys. Slowly to the floor. And release. And up. So it's a bit of a 2-tempo thing, this. The control as you lower yourself down. Release. And then there's a little bit of drive as you bring yourself up off the floor. Bring it down. Slowly lower. Release. And a drive. And down. Slowly lower to the floor. Release. And drive. Good job. Swap it over now. Into plank. Side plank raises. Again, this is the final round now, so we're coming to the end, guys. Nearly there. Not long, just over 10 seconds. So this isn't just the obliques down here, you'll feel it in the ribs as well. Those smaller serratus muscles, intercostal muscles. And change over. Same thing, other side. Push the hips forward. That's nice. Again, feel the muscles working. Keep going, just 10 seconds. Keep that focus. And again, working. If you're on your knees, just hold that line. If you're elevated, hold it. That's it, and then finally plank Superman to finish. And back. And back. And back. And back. Keep it going. Now, if you're not too confident about taking your hands away, don't worry about just doing that. That's absolutely fine as well. Find the position that works best for you. And that's it. Job done. Well done, everybody. Well done. So, like I said, Wednesdays, very much about control, taking your time, not pushing too much from a cardio point of view, but really focusing on strength. Really well done. Make sure you have a lie down and a good stretch afterwards. And See you on Friday. Well done everyone, take care, bye bye.